Hey guys, it's your girl Debra. I am super excited. Look at my new baby. I just finished this purse. It is an order, so I'm getting ready to ship it out, preferably today. I prefer to get it out today, but if not today, I will be getting it out tomorrow. I wanted to come on here to show you guys what I have come up with. This is the cutest purse, and it was so simple, easy. This whole purse, top to bottom, was done in single crochet, so it is definitely beginner friendly. This is a whole tutorial, and I also have a pattern to it as well. So those that just want to ask me all the time for a pattern, I did it. I don't normally do patterns. Patterns don't come easy for me, so I am super proud of myself about coming up with this pattern. So I have a pattern to this. This is the purse. This is the little tassel on the end of it. Also has these chains. All of this accessories, even the material that I use to make this, will be linked down below in my Amazon store. All except for the lining, which I am getting ready to show you. The lining came from a local African fabric store here where I live. And ain't that cute? It's just, I got this little stuff in here just to fill up the space. It's just like a green lining with a little pink on it. You'll see it also in my material part of the video. So this is the line that's put in. All of this is done. The video is done. I wanted to come on here and show you this before the video started to give you some things to discuss, some stuff that I talked about in the video. For one, I made this purse as I was making the video. So some of the measurements may be a little bit off, but I tried to make corrections on most of them. And like, for example, I said that the height of this was 10 inches. And in actuality, the height of this is a little bit over 7 inches for this part. But I did make a little correction on the video, but I just wanted to come on here and ask if you have any type of questions. Feel free to give me a message down below, leave me something, and I'll do my best to explain what I meant when I said whatever part that gave you a little bit of confusion. So this is my new little baby. I am super proud of it. Please, if you feel like you got a little bit of experience under you, go ahead and try this purse. I'm hoping I made this tutorial really simple, really laid out real easy, and something that you can follow. So with that being said, if you like videos like this, hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on so you can be notified once I upload new videos. I'm super excited about this. I'm super excited that I wrote a whole pattern as well. So go to it'll be linked down below. It's in my stand store, the pattern for this purse. So with that being said, let's get started. Come on, let's go. Okay, let's go over some of the things that we'll need for this purse. So first of all, we're going to need a lining. I'm using this beautiful blue and green lining because my cord that I'm using is blue. So I'm using this green lining right here. The ladies asked for a green purse and I wasn't unable to give her a green purse, so I decided to give her some green lining. So we're going to go with this green and pink, which I think is really pretty. We're going to use this cord right here, and it's a 2mm cord. I used 3 skeins. This is all I had left over from that 3 skeins. So I used all 3 skeins, which is 100 yards per skein. So I used about 300 yards to make the purse. You will need a tapestry. You will need some the measuring tape. You will need a tapestry needle, a hook, some scissors, and these would be all the accessories that you will use for the purse. This is a closure. You push the button, it comes up, you put it back in there, just like that. And I will be demonstrating how to put this on the purse. So this goes in the purse, and this goes on the closure flap of the purse. So we'll be using those. We have these 1-inch rings to hold the handles onto the purse. We have another ring to help me with the tassel that I'm going to put on. This is a little claw, and I'm going to use this tassel to hold all of this together for the tassel. And this is just a little accessory chain that I like. I'm going to be using this to add a little bit more accessory to the purse. So all of this stuff will be listed down below in my Amazon store. So if any of this interests you, go down into the description part of my video, and all of this will be listed and you can purchase it all. Let's get started with the video. I'm going to take mine across 9 inches. This is going to be approximately 20 to 22 stitches on your foundation chain. It depends on how tight you will be making your stitches. So I am going to start out with 20 and see if that will get me my 9 inches. If not, we will go up a little further. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm at 20. This is 20. Now let's measure and see if we've gotten to the 9 inches. We are at a little bit under 9 inches. We're at 8 inches. So I am going to go, we're at close to 9, but we're at 8 inches. So I'm going to take it up 22. 2 more stitches, 2 to 3 more stitches should get it. 1, 2. Now let's see where we're at. Yep, that's right, 22 stitches. But right now we're going to take it at 22 stitches, and we're going to do single crochets all the way back down your foundation chain. And we're starting from the second loop from the hook. So when you end, you should end with 21 chains. Okay, I'm back at the top and I'm on my 21st stitch. So after you do your 21 stitches, you're going to chain one and you're going to turn your work. And then you're going to work right back down from this very first one right here, going right back down with another set of single crochets in both stitches. Okay, now we're coming up on our last stitch, which is our 21st stitches again. Okay, now I want to do a reminder here that when you get to this one, then chain one, turn your work. If you are a new crocheter and you're doing this project, this is just back and forth all the way across. You want to make sure you count your numbers to make sure you keep 21 all the way up, or use a stitch marker in your first stitch on both ends to make sure you stay 21 all the way up until you get to the end of your roll making. Okay, so now we're done with this part. We've gotten to this end and we've turned our work. You need to go up 6 inches. Now 6 inches for me is about 18 rows. It may vary with you, depends on how tight you do your crochet stitching. So for me, 6 inches is 18 rows. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work my 18 rows and I will be back once I'm done. Okay, you guys, here is our finished 18 rows. So let's measure. So I'm measuring from the top. I go to right here and I come down and I have 6 inches in total. And I did this is each one of these little divots, it holds 2 rows. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 rows in total. So that's where we at right now. So let's go into the next step. Okay, we're going to chain one and we're going to go right back into this stitch right here. We're going to go right back into this stitch. So you have 18 rows. So what I want you to do is come back this way with 18 stitches. Make sure you keep up with your stitch count. Each one of these areas right here holds 2 rows. So I just did this one in here and I'm going to go into that one right there. That's 2. Then I find this hole. Then I do 3. We're doing single crochets inside of each one of these things to make 18 stitches in total. $17. This last one in the corner makes 18. Okay, so on that corner I did 18. I'm going to do one more inside of that corner right there. So go down inside of that same corner and come back up with another one. This is going to get a little easier as you get taller on your project. So that's that. Then on this side right here, we have 21 stitches all the way down. So all the way down this side, we're going to do 21 stitches. So we're going inside of the 21st row right here. Okay, and we're going to do one more increase inside of this side right here. We're going to go inside of the same space right here one more time. Bring that up. That would be an increase. I didn't mention that it was an increase on the other end, but that's what those are called when you're going inside of the space twice. It's kind of giving you a small increase. And we're doing that on each corner, just to give us a little bit of the bag to have a little bit more of an increase on it. So we're going to go across this part right here with the same 18 stitches all the way back down and across, single crochets all the way back down for the next 18 stitches. Okay, we're coming up on the last 2 stitches on this end. And then get this corner stitch right here. Okay, that's just to finish out this 18. Now we're going to start on this other side. So we're going to go back into that same corner and do an increase. And then we're going to continue on with our single crochets all the way back down to our beginning corner. So we're going to do single crochets all the way back down, which you should have 21 single crochets all the way back down. Okay, now we're going all the way around and we're not doing any more increases. In this from here on out, you'll just do a single crochet all the way around. Just use one single crochet. Now the ones that you put that 2 in there, they're going to be a little hard to go in, but they will. Just go in, just force yourself in there. But them should be the only ones that's hard to get in and out of. They should be fairly easy after that. It's because we just squeeze them in here and they're kind of tight. There we go. Pull through. All right. Come through there and we're just going to do a single crochet all the way back around. So there's no more increases. It's just single crochets all the way around. Now, if you are a new crocheter and you want to use a stitch marker here, that would be just fine. Let me find one real quick to let you know when you've ended your round. Don't be afraid, honey, because I'm going to use my stitch markers. So use your stitch markers right there on that very first one. Put your stitch marker right there so you'll know when you get back to here. So we're going to go all the way around, and this is it. We're going to just keep going all the way around until your purse starts to form in a tube. And this is going to take us up around 10 inches. And I'm not for sure how many rows that'll take, but we're going to go up 10 inches, and I will give you how many rows that it took me to get there once we get to that part. Okay, you guys, here's the body of the purse right here. I got finished with it. I went 20 rows up, and then if I measure it, it's 7 inches, around 7 inches, give or take. 7 inches from here to there. It could be close to an 8-inch, but around 7 to 8 inches. But I did go up 20 rows. So now I'm getting ready to start the closure strap for the purse. Okay, let's make our foundation chain. This is going to be for our closure strap. And on this foundation chain, we're going to chain 11. You need this to be around 4 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so the second chain from the hook right here, we're going to do single crochets all the way back down. And when you get back down, you should have 10 stitches. So at our 10th stitch, when we get up here, you're going to do 1 single crochet, come into that same space with another single crochet, and come into that same space with another single crochet, and then 1 more single crochet, which you should have 4 single crochets inside of that top stitch. That last 10th stitch, you have 4 single crochets. Take this strap right here and lay it down right there, and we're going to take 9 more stitches back up the end of our chain. Just go around, and we're going to just go right back up the end of the chain with single crochets. Okay, so now we get to the end. Let's chain 1, and we're going to turn our work and go back up 9 stitches. Okay, we're back up 9 stitches. When we get up here to the ones that we put all these 4, we put all 4 inside of each one of these. You're going to do 2 stitches inside of each one for the next 4 stitches. So 1, go back into the same stitch. These are called increases. So we're going to do 4 increases. That's 2 in that stitch, and we get up here, we'll do 2 in this stitch. And then in the next one, we do 2 in that stitch. And then in the last one, we do 2 in that stitch. That's 4. We've turned our 4 single crochets into 8 single crochets. And then we go back up another 9 single crochets, all the way back up to the other end. Okay, chain 1, turn, and we're going to go back up with another 9 single crochets. And we're going to start. We're going to work on our last increase, our last set of increases. Okay, 9th one. Okay, now we're going to start our increase rows. We're going to start our increase. So we're going to do 1 in here after the 9. After you can finish your 9, do 1 more single crochet. Then we're going to do 2 single crochets in the next stitch. 1, and go back into the same one, do another increase. That's 2. Then the next one, we're going to do 1. And in the next one, we're going to do 2 in that one. And then in this one, we'll do 1. And then the next one, we'll do 2. Okay, and then we will end it with a 1. And then you have your other 9, and then we'll work our 9 stitches back down the other end. Okay, so we've gotten back to our other end. So what we're going to do now, we don't have any more increases up here. So now it's just one single crochet all the way around, chain one, turn around, and come right back to the other end. I'm going to do this 4 inches. 4 inches should be approximately about 6 rows. I've done 3 rows here, and I'm going to add 3 more on to it, and then I will measure it and see if we've hit that 4-inch mark. Okay, so I got my six rows done, and it came out really nice. I wound it up with about 4.5 inches. So this is about 4.5 inches around, and this is what we got. This is our flap that's going to go across the front of our purse to help it close. So I'm going to set this aside, and now we're going to get ready to start on the handle. Okay, now let's work on our strap. We're going to chain 8. Okay, I'm gonna do 9 so I can make sure I have 8. Then we're going to come back down with a single crochet. Okay, when you get to the end, you should have exactly 8 single crochets. Chain 1, turn your work, and then go back down again with another single crochet. We are making the length of our strap for our purse, which will be a handle, you know, the length of the handle of our purse. Chain 1, turn your work. We're going to chain 1, turn your work until we reach the inches of 15. So we're going to do 15 inches, and I will let you know how many rows that takes. Okay, we have gotten to we've got finished with the straps. Now let me measure and show you what I did with the straps. So we are going to start here with this measurement, and it took us all the way to 12, a little over 12 inches. So we almost between about 12 1/4, something like that. And we wind up doing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32 rows. So we are about 32 rows, and now we're getting ready to close this up and make it a strap. So to make this a strap, I'm going to take this and close it like this. Fold it over. Fold it over like this. You have your end right here. Take your hook, put it inside of the stitch right here. You have 32 rows, so you can take this down 32, do 32 single crochets. I'm taking down 32 rows, but I'm only going up onto 1 stitch because I don't want to add too much bulk to my strap. So I'm just taking 1 stitch at a time. And I'm doing single crochets all the way down the strap. Okay, so here we are with the strap is done. I need to close up this end right here, but I've already closed this up. I just took my single crochet all the way around to close up this little tube. And then I'll come down here and do the same on this end. So I'm going to tie this off. Pull this through. I will get my tapestry needle out and weave this in. My flap piece, which is this piece right here, goes across 13 chains. So it's 13 chains across here. So I am going to even this up, and I'm going to make sure I have 6 on this side, not counting the one that this is the one that the stitch marker's in. I'm not going to count that one. So I should have 6 on this side, and then on the other side I should have another 6, and that should help you put this right directly in the middle. Okay, to attach this, you're gonna slide it onto the top. Very carefully take a little screw. I have this little screw, but you can also use a small your tapestry needle. You can use your tapestry needle to do it, or whatever you need, and just push all of your stuff back up under here and make sure it goes all up under there. And then you grab your little screws. Now, these are the tiniest screws ever. But you take your little screws and you drop them inside of the holes. You take the other one and put it inside of the screw. Put it inside of the hole, just like that. You take your tiny little screwdriver, press down, and just screw it on to secure it. And then you go over to this other side and do the same thing. It should go on there flush. Hold on there pretty tight. It shouldn't go nowhere. Then I put the base back on so you can measure where you want it to go. The center of the purse. So I'm gonna go from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the 10th row right here. Let's make this even. Okay, and before you get ready to close your prongs up, you just make it even. And that's fairly even. And you take these little plates, which is like washers. Take these little plates, turn your purse inside, but you want to lay this over your plates, just like that. And then you want to close these little things in on top of your plate. Okay, let's get ready to make our tassels. So how I'm making these tassels is I'm going down and I'm measuring 16 inches. 16 inches, and then I'm cutting at the 16th inch. It's not going to be totally even. You can even these up a little bit later after you get the tassel put together. But I'm just going to do this. I am not for sure how many I'm going to make because it depends on how thick I want my tassels to be. But right now, it looks like I'm going to probably make 20 of these. I'm going to make around 20. But once I get finished with it, I will give you the exact number, though. But right now, it looks like I'm going to do 20 of these 16-inch yarn pieces. Okay, since we've gotten our 20 strings, then we're going to take our crowd. I connected this. These are two separate pieces. This comes by itself as well as this, and I just connected them. Then you're going to take this part, pick it up, and you're going to feed it into here. And it fed all the way into there. Take it to the center as much as you can get it on the center. So if you measure this, it should be at the 8. If you got your measuring tape still out, it should be at the 8. Hold it up like this. This to the top. You take this in, use your tapestry needle. You can use a hook for this, but I use a tapestry needle because it's just easier to go through. And you bring it down inside of there. You pull it all the way through, and there you go. You have a secure tassel. Then you even it up, lay it flat, find your shortest piece, and cut it to your shortest piece. Okay, guys, we're gonna do a lining for this purse. This is gonna be a really anybody can pick it up type lining. It's gonna be done in the most simple way. I've cut this where it's folded, so this can be the bottom. I'm going to seam up this side. I'm going to seam up this side over here, and then I'm going to hem this just like that down on both sides, and then drop it into the purse. This is going to be a really simple lining. I'm gonna take my finger, just take your nail, fingernail, and just go all the way across, and that's gonna pretty much give you your line that you need. I'm gonna hem this side and I'm gonna hem that side. So let's hem this side first. I'm hemming it on the sewing machine. This is easily could be done by hand as well. Okay, so we did the hem for the top. Now we're gonna go along the sides, all the way up this side and all the way up this side. Okay, now I did both sides. Now I wanna make me some corners. So I'll open this up like this. I'm at the bottom. This is the top. This is the top. Go down here to the bottom. Open it up, just like that. And then we're gonna make a stitch straight across here. Okay, now we're gonna drop this in here. And I'm going to stitch this all the way around. Now I'm gonna hand stitch this. I'm gonna stitch this all the way around. Hand stitch it all the way around.